Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field for Interleague Baseball. It's the Lynn Classical Rams from the Greater Boston League entertaining the Reading Rockets from the Middlesex League, and both teams are looking for their 14th win. They're both 13-3. Here on senior night for the Rams, the seniors, I believe I got it right, Jake P.A., Gianandre Gonzalez, and Christian Figueroa are the only three seniors. Congratulations to them. We wish them the best, and we hope they keep doing the great things they've been doing here in high school, moving on to college, the service, the job, wherever they go. It's been fun watching them play. Getting to know these kids have been exceptional for me. I've made a lot of friends knowing all these young kids, along with their parents and grandparents and family. It's been a great ride for me. I'm sure it's been a great ride for them as well. Now they get ready to, as May winds down, June graduation in the near future, and that lets them know that their high school is over. And I'm sure they'll move on and do just as good moving on as they have here. So the best to all of them. We wish them the best. And we wish them success in whatever they do. Been a funny day. I wasn't sure. This is noontime on Saturday. And I wasn't sure the game would even be played because the weather report was heavy downpours for a while and then clearing up and then maybe a little bit of rain later on. When I come out of the house, the sun was shining brightly. I said, wow, who knows? It's New England. We got here to the ballpark. It's overcast, but it's nice. It's comfortable. It certainly isn't cold. A lot of people are wearing T-shirts. It's hard to believe we're winding down the season. We're into this weekend. Next weekend will be the last regular week of the season. The regular season will be over. And teams will be looking forward to the state tournament, those that have qualified, those that are looking to qualify. Damien Munoz on the mound throwing to Boo Desea, the catcher. In for a strike. Nate Vitorici, the shortstop for Reading, is leading it off. Reading has brought a few people and they're still coming in. Didn't miss by much. Swing and a miss. Munoz very deliberate in his windup. Didn't miss by much. He takes a little bit of time. Very precise in his windup. Pitching down and in. He had him and now he loses him. So a leadoff walk brings up Jack Chapin, or Jack Chapin. I'll say it both ways, hope I get it right once. The second baseman. Down and away for a ball. Easily back at first base is Vitorisi. Swing and a miss. In on the hands, he swung right through it. Swings and misses again. Again, very deliberate. The 1-2 pitch coming up. Swings at that one too. So the first out is a swinging strikeout. It'll bring up Sam Clark, the catcher. Hitting from the left side. Action again at Manning Field with Jets lacrosse. Last time we were here was Jets lacrosse, and they won. No chance to throw him out. He got a great jump. That deliberate motion by Munoz gave Vitorisi a huge jump at first base. So Reading has the first runner in scoring position here in the top of the first with one out. Down and in for a ball. Jason Regato, the new coach, taking over midway in the season for Classical, doing a very nice job. David Blanchard is the head coach for Reading, and we have a little bit of Lynn in the Reading dugout. And that's Phil LeBlanc. Pretty good athlete from Lynn. Now the assistant coach at Reading. In for a strike. Taking all the way as you expect with the count 3-0. Swing and a miss. So Munoz trying to come all the way back. It was 3-0, now it's 3-2. More Reading fans coming in. There's a bundle of them here. Nice to see. Our family and friends from Classical here on senior afternoon. Early start. Well, a doubleheader. St. Mary's will be playing later this afternoon. With Holliston taking a long trip to get here. Hit foul to the screen. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Roger out to talk to his pitcher. Once again, the payoff pitch up and coming. Swing and a miss in on the hands. So after a walk, back-to-back strikeouts. Isaac Robinson, the first baseman, will be the hitter. Swing and a miss off the catcher's glove. It goes to the backstop. They have to hustle. They call timeout. I was waiting to see if they called a foul ball. They didn't. So it's a pass ball. Moving the runner to third base, so 90 feet away from taking the lead. Glasgow 1 out away from keeping him off the board. Nunez again, very deliberate. Off the catcher's glove, that's going to score a run, so pass balls twice. So without a base hit, Reading takes a 1-0 lead on a walk, a stolen base, and 2 pass balls. That just went off the Sayers' glove. Swing and a miss. Last couple of games we've done, walks have been the story. Walks have extended the inning, walks have scored, hit batsmen have scored. Errors, there haven't been a lot of base hits. Way inside for a ball. Alex Merkel, the center fielder, who's the on-deck hitter for the Rockets of Reading. Up and away for a ball. 3-2 the count. Another payoff pitch up and coming. Strike 3 call. Good pitch. He took it, started towards first base. The umpire said strike 3. So Nunez gives up the walk, strikes out the next 3. But in between, a stolen base and 2 pass balls off the catcher's glove gives Reading a run. So they score without getting a hit. And once again, the walk pays a heavy price. We'll move into the bottom of the first. And the three seniors will lead it off. Jake P.A., the left fielder, will bat first. Giandri Gonzalez, the right fielder, bats second. Batting third and playing third, Christian Figueroa. In the cleanup spot is the shortstop, Mark Walsh. The pitcher, Damien Munoz, will hit fifth. Batting sixth and playing center field, Rocky Brea. The catcher, Boo Desea, will hit number 7. Manny Mendez will hit eighth and play first base. And bring up the tail end of the batting order is the second baseman getting the start, Sam Morris, batting ninth. Both teams already in the state tournament. Glasgow lost a tough game to English here at the beginning of the week. And it cost them because they were tied for first in the GBL League with Medford and Malden. And that knocked them out. I think they've still got a couple of GBL games left. They've got 4 games left. 2 of them are the Mullins tournament. This being Saturday, it'll start next Friday. English plays Swampscott, Glasgow plays St. Mary's. Games at 4 and 7. And then they'll continue on Saturday. 11 o'clock the consolation, and 2 o'clock or so the championship final, the 4th championship final, honoring an outstanding young man who left way too soon. Way too soon. He had a huge effect on a lot of people, especially young athletes who he guided while he was coaching, and after they left, he still took care of them. He was just outstanding. He had a great family. He was a coach, assistant coach, a great player, and he left us way too soon. And it's good they can have a tournament in his memory. They've given out $12,000. I believe it's $1,000, one player from each team, a scholarship. 2 quick strikes to Jake P.A. Hit to third. Long throw across the diamond. Greatorex, I hope I'm pronouncing that somewhat close, the third baseman, over to Robinson, the first baseman. 5-3 goes the play. So Reading scored a run without putting the ball in play. That ground to the third is the first ball put in play. Giandri Gonzalez, the right fielder, is the hitter. Late swing, grounds it to the first base coach. Way wide for the ball. In for a strike. 1-2 the count. Down the way, evens the count at 2. Right down the middle for strike 3. 2 up, 2 down. Brings up Christian Figueroa, finishing an outstanding career at Glasgow. He's been terrific. played different positions. He's at third tonight, but he's had an outstanding year pitching. He had one of the best games we've seen in a long time here. High in the air to right field, drifting back. Right fielder Lorino makes the play. So 1-2-3 inning for Lebovich on the mound for Reading. We finished an inning. Reading leading Classical 1-0. Alex Merkel, the center fielder, will lead off. Muniz will start his second inning. Down and in for a ball. Hit foul back and out of play. 5, 6, and 7 here for Reading as we start the second inning. They lead it 1-0. In on the hands, punches it foul up in the seats. Swing and a miss for strike 3. All of the outs have been strikeouts. 3 of the 4 have been swinging. Riley Leonard, the DH, hitting for John Lorino, the right fielder, is the hitter, hitting from the left side. Again, Muniz very deliberate. That one bounced up, and I think it hit Budashev in the mask. That bounced a couple of feet in front of home plate. Up and away for a ball. Pitching wide for ball 3. On 4 pitches, he draws the second walk. Last walk came around to score. Camden, Greatorex, or Greatorex. I'll say it both ways. Hopefully get it close once. He's the third baseman for Reading. Missing low for a ball. Again, Muniz very deliberate. Hit foul back and out of play. One of the Classical players just brought the ball back, chasing the foul ball. and they hit a foul ball, he's going to go get another one. They're getting a workout. They're not getting hit behind the classical dugout. They're being hit way over the other side. Again, the runner gets a huge jump. That motion by Muniz helps the runner get a huge jump at second base, for second base. So they're 2 for 2 in stolen bases. Hit foul down that grassy knoll behind first base. Count evens at 2. Muniz has got that very deliberate motion and a little bit slow coming to the plate, and that allows the base runners to get a huge jump. Budasea in tough trying to throw runners out. Lined in the center field for a base hit. They let the throw go through. The runner will go to second base. Greatorex gets an RBI single. So the walk hurts again. First ball put in play by Redding as a base hit up the middle. And they have a runner at second still with 1 out, but they're now leading 2-0. So walks have hurt. Both walks have scored. Ethan Lebovich, the pitcher, in for a strike. In for strike 2. Get that little hitch. Hesitates almost twice in his windup. And it brings the arm back a little bit, hesitates a little bit, and that's just enough to give him the runners on base more than enough of a jump. Up and away for a ball. Did miss by much. That's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. Evens the count at 2. Brea, center field is way over in right center field. They give him a large gap in left center field. Lined into the seats. Luckily, all the Reading fans are behind the backstop. They're not sitting behind the dugout. That might have hurt somebody. We'll do it again at 2-2. And he hits it right to right center field. What a play by the second baseman. Sam Morris. That looked like a base hit. They had him playing almost like a left-hand hitter, and he went to right field. Morris went back a step or 2, reached high over his shoulder and picked it. That's an outstanding defensive play by Sam Morris. That looked like an easy base hit and was probably going to score a run. Instead, it's 2 outs and a runner at second for Jack Conley, the left fielder, with the top of the order on deck. That was a little bit of an inside pitch. It went behind the hitter. Bolders did a great job to go get that one. He had to go behind the hitter, reach out way to his left and pick that one going to the backstop. And Conley had to step to his home plate so he didn't get hit. That was way behind him. Low for a ball, 2-0. Low for a ball, 3-0. In for a strike. And that's ball 4. Third walk given up by Munoz. Extends the second inning and brings up Nate Federici, who coming into this inning was the difference in the game. He walked, stole second, went to third, and scored on 2 pass balls. Reading has got one back to make it 2-0 here in the second inning. Hit foul down that grassy knoll. Missing for a ball, Desea throws it down to second. Getting back is Greater Torex. Greater Rex. Colin Hart's going to go out and warm up. Again, Boudicea out to talk to his pitcher. He struck out the side in first inning, struck out the first batter here in the second, but then issued another walk. The big play is the play by the second baseman, Sam Morris, taking a hit away from Jack Conley, Ethan Lebovich. Otherwise, this would be an even bigger inning. Missing for a ball. He's thrown a few pitches here in these 2 innings. Hit in the right field for a base hit. That's going to score another run. A big 2-out hit by Federici. Greater Rex comes around and scores. Conley hustles over to third. So it's still first and third with 2 outs. And Reading has opened up a 3-0 cushion. Jack Chapin, second baseman, has struck out swinging. They tried a double steal. They sent the runner. I think the runner was supposed to get caught in a rundown, but the runner, before Nunez released it, he took off to try and get a throw to second. He was going to try and get in a rundown and let the run score, but he went too far. And Walsh quickly threw the ball home. And they throw the runner out trying to score. But Reading gets 2 runs on the board. They do it with 2 base hits. The second one, a big 2-out hit by Vitorisi. So he struck out 4, but he's walked 3, and 2 of them have scored. So Lubovich, starting his second inning work, he started the first inning with a 1-run cushion. Now he starts the second inning with a 3-run cushion. And it'll be 4, 5, and 6 for the Rams. Mark Walsh, Jamie Muniz, Roky Brea. Jason Regano changed his lineup all over the place to get the 3 seniors in the game. We mentioned both teams looking for their 14th win. They're both 13-3. Middlesex League for Reading, Greater Boston League for the Rams. Chased that pitch, it was up and in and swung right through it. So Muniz has struck out 4 in 2 innings, but walks, the first 2 walks he issued, scored. In for a strike. That was about letter high. Walsh, I think, thought that was high. Swing and a miss, and he'll throw him out at first base. Second strikeout for Lubovich. Jamie Muniz, the pitcher. It'll be pitcher against pitcher here. Long to right field, long run over to the foul line. Muniz hit it well. Right fielder Lorino covered a lot of ground and tracked it down for the second out. Punch to the right to the pitcher. An easy 1-2-3 inning. So Glasgow quickly out after Reading got 2. We finished 2 in this interleague battle. 3-0 Reading over Glasgow. Jack Chapin was up at bat in the second inning when they got the runner out trying to score from third on what was looking to be a double steal. He struck out swinging his first at bat. Waved at that pitch. Again, Munoz very deliberate. Chapin asked for time. Chapin. That one hit a duck under. That was way behind him, over his head to the backstop. He was just throwing some very unusual wild pitches. Missing inside again. Pitching low, on the verge of another walk. That one hits him. Actually, a walk. It was ball 4. So the first hitter in the game walked and scored. The second hitter in the second inning walked and scored. Now the first hitter gets hit by a pitch. And they've been running. They're 2 for 2 in stolen bases. Trying to keep the runner close. Sam Clark, the catcher, is the hitter. He struck out swinging in the first inning. Well, they're still getting a decent lead. Swing and a miss. Clark hit, bats left, throws right. Keep playing catch. Munoz and the first baseman Mendez. In for a strike. They haven't shown signs of stealing yet. They've been running every time they got on first base. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Five strikeouts for Munoz. Good sized lead at first base now. And they throw over again. Again, David Munoz, very deliberate. The runner takes off again, no chance. Shea didn't even try to throw. Again, he's got that little hesitation twice, and then the arm comes back, and it just gives the base runner a huge advantage. Very deliberate. Missing up and in. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss again. Up and away for a ball. Isaac Robinson, the first baseman, is the hitter. He struck out, called on strike. And he swings and misses for strike 3. So 6 strikeouts in 2 2/3 innings. Munoz, he's on the short end of a 3-0 score. He's given up 2 walks, they both scored. He's given up 2 hits, they both knocked in runs. Federici, the shortstop, with the big 2-out hit. Hit in the air, coming on. It drops in front of the left fielder. It's a base hit for Merkel and an RBI. And they keep the beat going. They've scored in every inning. This time a hit batsman, a stolen base. A walk and a stolen base, a walk and a stolen base, both scored. Now a hit batsman and a stolen base scores. It's only their 3rd hit, but all 3 hits have knocked in a run. And that's their second 2-out hit, knocking in a run. SBA coming strong, but it just bounced in front of him. And with 2 outs, normally the runner wouldn't be running, but with 2 outs, the runner was off and running and scores easily. Here's the runner going again. Easily in with a stolen base. That's a very slow, deliberate move to the plate. Gives that runner a huge jump. Bouchard's got 2 strikes on him before he catches the ball. No chance for Boo to throw those runners out. Up and away for a ball. Riley Lerner, the DH, walked and scored in the 2nd inning. So 3 of the 4 runs, 2 walks and a hit batsman have scored. And 2 of the runs have scored on 2-out hits. In for a strike. Up and away for a ball. Swing and a miss. When he's got the ball over the plate, they haven't been able to hit it. And that's ball 4. Extends the inning for Camden Greatorex. He got the first hit of the game, put the first ball in play in the game, got a base hit up the middle, knocked in a run, and then he scored a run. He scored on the big 2-out hit by Vitorici. There they go taking off, and they both easily stealing bases. The only thing Bouchard can do is just throw the ball back to the pitcher because they're getting huge jumps off the bag. That slow, deliberate windup has cost him dearly. Stolen bases have put people in scoring position. Walk, stolen base, scored. Walk, stolen base, scored. Hit batsman, stolen base, scored. Now, double steal puts runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. In for a strike. Line shot into left center field for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score all the way to the fence. That's going to be a triple, I think. Another big 2-out hit. This one by Gretorek, stepping to trip off to the mound. So a walk in the first inning scored a run. A walk scored a run. A walk extended the inning, and they got a 2-out hit to knock in a run. A hit batsman scored a run here. A walk extended the inning here in the third, and they get the 2-run triple by Gretorek. And all of a sudden, it's 6-0, and Munoz is coming out. And Colin Hart's going to be the new pitcher. Ethan Lovich, the pitcher, will lead it off against Colin Hunt. Throwing his first pitch, coming in relief. Drops in for a strike. I thought they might put Muniz in the field someplace. He is hitting in the 5th position. Missing wide for a ball. Slices it foul past first base. So the Reading fans are happy they made the trip, leading 6-0. Hit off the pitcher. Hart knocks it down. Actually, it hit off Hart, then he went and brought it. So they finally get out of the inning. But the hit batsman that started it, the walk that extended the inning with 2 outs, and then the big 2-run triple by Camden Gretorek gives Reading 3 runs. They did it with 2 base hits. So Munoz goes 2 2/3. He's credited with all 6. They're all earned. Struck out 6, but he walked 4 and hit a batter. 2 of the walks scored. A hit batsman scored, and 2 of the walks extended the innings, and Reading made it count by getting 2 big 2-out hits, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. The big one in the third, the 2-run triple by Gretorek. And they piled up a 6-0 lead. So each and every inning, Ethan Lebovich took the mound leading 1-0 before he threw a pitch. Started the second inning leading 3-0. Now he starts the third inning leading 6-0. And he'll be facing the bottom 3 in the order. 7, 8, and 9. Boo DeSea, Manny Mendez, Sam Morris. Boo's had a tough time. They've been stealing bases all over the place. In a lot of cases, he hasn't even been able to make a throw because the runner was already at second base. That one goes to the backstop. 1-1 the count. In for a strike. Waves at that pitch. One up, one down. Third strikeout. He's got one in each inning. Manny Mendez, the first baseman, will be the hitter. In for a strike. Chop right back to the mound. Lebovich makes his second play. Two quick outs. Sam Morrison made that very nice defensive play. Taking a hit away from the pitcher, Lebovich, or that two-run second inning might have been even bigger. Pitch misses wide. I can almost see the umpire saying ball outside. That one catches the inside corner. Off the catcher's glove, goes to the backstop. The 2-1 pitch. Hit deep. Merkel, the center fielder, made that one look easy. That looked like it was in the gap. Center fielder covered a lot of ground. Went over, looked like an easy catch. It was anything but. Lebovich has retired 9 in a row. We finished 3 in this interleague battle. Reading comfortably on top of Classical 6-0. We'll start the 4th inning. 9-1-2. And Colin Hart will start his second inning of work. He came into relief and got the 3rd out. And got the out himself with an assist. Hit to the backstop. I believe it's Ronald Brea in right field. Is the change that Classical made. I don't know if they made any others. That's in the gap. That's a base hit. That's going to go all the way to the fence. Rocky Brea gets it back. Another extra base hit. So 3 of the 4 innings, Reading has got the leadoff hitter on. This one's a double. Conley had walked, and he was the one that was at third when the runner from first tried to scoot home. The runner at first walked to second base, looking to get in a rundown. And he turned and threw the ball home, and Conley was out trying to score. So he gets the double. Nate Vitorisi is perfect. He walked leading off the ball game and scored. on a stolen base and 2 pass balls. Last time up, he got the first of 2 big 2-out hits by Redding to not get a run. In on the fist, he fouled it off the backstop. Way up and in. High for a ball. That's ball 4. Jack Chapin has struck out swinging, got hit by a pitch and scored. Down and away for a ball. Squared like he was going to bunt. Took the pitch for a ball. High for a ball. Swing and a miss. In on the hands, he swung right through it. And we're going to get Junior Moreno out to loosen up. Missing for ball 3. Punch foul past first base. Just a little flare. And it's ball 4. So a double and back-to-back walks have loaded the bases. With nobody out, Sam Clark, the catcher, struck out swinging twice. He'll face Hart for the first time. Moreno just starting to warm up for Glasgow. I stopped by DeSeo on a pitch down and in. In for a strike. Glasgow brings the infield in. Foul off the backstop. The count goes 1-2. Fouls it the other way, out of play. up in the seats. Fielded by a couple of St. Mary's players. They're playing the next game. And they overthrew the Glasgow coach. It winds up on the field. The 1-2 pitch up and coming again from Hart to Clark. And the umpire jumped out and said time. Hart was ready to pitch. Way wide for a ball. Evens the count at 2. Hit to second base. They get the force at the plate. Nice play by Morris. So the first out is a force out at the plate. Bases stay loaded, but now with 1 out. For Isaac Robinson, the first baseman, who was struck out swinging twice. He's hitting against Hart for the first time. Hit, it bounces off Hart, out into right field. That's going to score 2 runs. It went right off Hart. Everybody going up the middle for the ball. It deflected out into right field. Robinson gets the big hit. 2-run score. Clark scoots over to third, so it's first and third. And Reading has now kept it going. They've scored in every inning. Alex Merkel struck out, and he got a big 2-out hit in the third inning. And that was followed by by a walk that extended the inning and got another 2-out hit. They've got 3. 2 big 2-out hits. And that knocked in those 3 runs in the third inning. Down away for a ball. 6th hitter in the inning for Reading with only 1 out. Hit up the middle. I was waiting to see if he said he tagged him. Nice play by Walsh. He tagged second base and gets the double play. So he forced out Robinson at second. I saw him field the ball. I didn't know whether he got the foot on the bag or not, waiting for the umpire to make the call. But he did. That's a nice play by Mark Walsh. Taking a base hit away and turning it into a double play. But they get 2 more runs. They did it with 2 base hits. And again, 2 walks. And both walks scored. So 4 walks have scored, a hit batsman has scored, and a walk extended the inning in the third when they got 2 big 2-out hits. And that allows Reading to have an 8-0 lead going into the bottom half of the 4th. And it'll be the top of the order for the Rams. And right now it appears to be a very pleasant bus ride back to Reading for the baseball team, and the next trip back for the fans. There's a bunch of Reading fans here, and they're all smiling and happy. I was really anxious and nervous. The base umpire brought his wife to the game, and she is not in the best of health or shape. He brought her over, sat her in the stands, and then he went down to umpire the game, which I thought was kind of wacky. She got up, she left where he sat her, she moved over and sat with people. Those people got up and moved. She got up and moved. She walked around. Now she's sitting down in front of us in the stands. And I got very nervous with her wandering around the stands here. They were worried about her slipping and falling, and they bring her to a ballpark where she has to climb stairs and walk up and down. And the umpire just leaves her by herself in the stands. I don't understand that. This is Emerson Lara. He went in to play left field. In for a strike. He's normally the starting left fielder. Ronald Brea, the on-deck hitter, normally the starting right fielder. They didn't start, so the seniors could. Great hustle by Lebovich. First baseman Robinson went way to his right to field that one. It might have been a play for the second baseman, but Robinson went and got it. And great hustle by Lebovich, hustles over. He gets the putout. So he's got 2 assists and a putout. Instead of 1-3, it goes 3-1. Ronald Brea, the hitter, had Major League wild pitch. He forgot to let go of that one and went all the way to the backstop. In for a strike. So Lebovich has been involved in 5 of the outs. Wide for a ball. Hit foul back up in the seats. The count evens at 2. Somebody made a nice play. Pitch up and in. He tried to check a swing and hit the bat and rolled foul. Lebovich delivers, and that's ball forward. It goes to the backstop. That's the first base runner. Lebovich had retired 10 in a row before Brea draws the walk. This is Christian Figueroa. He flied out to right field in the first inning. In for a strike. So as I mentioned, Lebovich had retired 10 in a row. He was involved in 5 of them. 3 strikeouts, 2. Line to the right field for a base hit. Brea was off and running. He goes to third. And that's the first hit. So of those 6 hitters, Lebovich was involved in 6 of them. 3 strikeouts, 2 assists, and a putout. Mark Walls struck out swinging and thrown out by the catcher. clock to the first baseman, Robinson. Down and away for a ball. Almost threw it away. Robinson saved that at first base. The runner takes off, and they throw it away. So the double steal works. It was supposed to be the shortstop cutting it off, and it went off his glove. Bray was going to score easily anyway. So now it's 8-1. In on the hands, last second swing. Almost going to take it. No, I won't. I'll swing at it. It was in on the hands. He fouled it off. Center field is very shallow. Swing and a miss. They get Walsh again. He's got a strikeout in an inning. Just calling Hart, who went in to pitch when Munoz come out. So he's hitting in his spot. Munoz had fly to right. Down and away for a ball. Swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. Foul tip held on to by the catcher, clocked nicely. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And a runner at base number 2. Back-to-back strikeouts. Gives them 5. Classical's down, but they get on the board. And just like Reading, Classical gets a walk and scores a run. They got their first hit by Figueroa. He got the hit here on senior night, senior day. So 5 strikeouts and the 1 walk. The walk and the hit are the only 2 base runners for Classical. We finished 4 here at Frazier Field in this interleague battle. Reading comfortably on top of Classical 8-1. 6, 7, 8 for Reading as we start the 5th inning. Riley Lerner is perfect. He hasn't batted officially yet, but he scored 2 runs and stole 2 bases. He's walked twice. Solid shot. Bray was right there. He almost didn't have to move. they learn it for the first time. Hit it very well, but hit it right at the right fielder. Six walks given up by classical pitching. 5 of them have scored. The one that didn't score extended the inning and got them a big 2-out hit for a run. Along with the hit batsman that scored a run. So 5 walks have scored, a hit batsman has scored. That's 6 of the 8 runs. High to the backstop. Camden Gretorix, the third baseman, has singled in a run and scored and got the big 2-out triple, knocking in 2. So he's knocked in 3 and scored a run. He's half the offense. And he takes a call, third strike. Two up, 2 down. Ethan Lebovich, the pitcher, has popped to second and bounced to the pitcher. The bounce to the pitcher was against Hart. And the pop to second was a very nice defensive play by Sam Morris that took a hit away. Walsh hustles over behind the mound, makes the nice play. And that's the first 1-2-3 inning for classical pitching. Lebovich had a few of those until the 4th inning when he gave up a walk and a hit. Hart picked up his first strikeout. We'll move into the bottom half of the 5th. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Rams. And the weather's been good. A little bit of a breeze, it's comfortable. Some people like myself wearing a jacket, other people not. Wearing t-shirt. Lebovich has been almost unhittable. He's given up a hit and a walk in 4 innings. He'll start his 5th inning of work. He struck out 5, and the walk and the hit were back-to-back. And he wound up scoring a run on a double steal. Haskell avoiding the shutout. Roki Brea leading off, tapped one back to the mound and got thrown out. Way inside for a ball. Brea is the center fielder and a very good basketball player. Missing inside again. So it's Roki Brea, Abu Desea, Manny Mendez, 3 hitters for Classical. In for a strike. Didn't miss by much. Lebovich wanted that pitch. Hit the shot. That's going to be a tough play. The head first dive gets him in with the infield hit. Nice try by the shortstop. Vitorici had to go way to his right, pick it, turn, and throw, and he almost got him. So the leadoff hit puts Brea at first base. Bujashea, the catcher, struck out swinging his one trip. In for a strike. Throw gets, it looked like it hit Brea in the foot. He was diving back to first, and it deflected, went high in the air, back behind first base in foul territory. So the error on the pitcher moves Brea over to second base. High and deep and foul, out of play. Down in that little picnic area behind third base. Oh, to the count to the Ram catcher. Hit the second base. Brea, late start. He hesitated at second, but then he took off when he threw the ball to first. So the Shea is out. Robinson had picked that ball at first base. So Roki Brea trying to be the second Brea family member to score a run. He's at third. Ronell scored the first run. This is Manny Mendez who bounced to the pitcher. Swing and a miss. Hit foul right through the first base coach's box. Quickly 0-2 to the Ram first baseman. And we got Marino warming up again in the bullpen. Swing and a miss for strike three. 6 strikeouts for Lebovich. Sam Morris flied to center field as one time up. He made that very nice defensive play. But second base going out towards right center field and over the shoulder, picked it over his head, taking a hit away. He took the hit away from the pitcher, Lebovich. Had a possible RBI, and that was the inning they scored 3. That might have been a bigger inning. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Brea singles, goes to second when they try to pick him off and threw it away. He goes to third at a ground ball with 1 out and gets stranded there with 2 strikeouts to end the inning. 7 strikeouts for Lebovich. He's settling very nicely here, rolling along with an 8-1 lead, Reading over Classical going into the 6th inning. 9-1-2 for Reading as we start the sixth inning. Jack Connolly has walked and doubled. And he was the one that was, they had the bases loaded, nobody out. And he wound up being forced to the plate. Now he dumps a single, so he's perfect. A walk, a double, and a single. Four of the 6 innings, they got the leadoff hitter on base. Nate Vitorisi is perfect. Walked and scored. Single, not getting a run. Walked and scored. Junior Moreno is the new pitcher. So Hart went 2 in the third. He got the last out in the third inning. He gave up 2 runs, 2 hits, struck out a batter and walked 2, and both walks scored. Lined into center field, that'll be a base hit. So he's perfect. He's on base 4 times. So the number 9 hitter has reached 3 consecutive times. The number 1 hitter has reached 4 times. Jack Chapin has struck out swinging, got hit by a pitch and scored, walked and scored. So he's only been at bat officially once, striking out, but he scored 2 runs. Wide for a ball. Squared like he was going to bunt. Took it wide for a ball. The bunt down is foul. Missed the pitch. Trying to bunt. Goes 1 and 2. Nice stop by Boucher with a pitch in the turf. Kept it in front of him. He does a nice job behind the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Sam Clark, the catcher, struck out swinging twice. Last time up, he hit a ground ball to second base, and they got the force of the play. It was the bases loaded. They forced the runner at home. In for a strike. Moreno's a big boy on the mound. He's well over 6 feet. Punches it to first. They throw it and it's dropped at second base, and the runner's going to score. The runs are going to move up. The error on the shortstop. So second and third with 1 out. That would have been the second out. I think Walsh was trying to hurry, looking for a double play. And when off his glove out in the outfield, the run scored, everybody moved up. So second and third, Isaac Robinson struck out twice last time up. He got a big single knocking in 2. And it was out on a nice double play started by Walsh, unassisted to first. Wide for a ball. Line off the second baseman's glove. 1 run is going to score. Robinson's got his second hit, another RBI. Good effort by Morris, the second baseman. So it's first and third. We'll get a runner at first base. Liam Hansen is going to run for Robinson. Alex Merkel, the center fielder, struck out. Got a big 2-out hit for an RBI and scored a run when Greatorex got it followed with a big 2-out triple. They got 3 runs in that inning with 2 outs. Last time up, he grounded out into a 6-3 double play. Nice play by Walsh, the shortstop. Wide for a ball. So Reading has put up double figures. They have 10. If they score, the runner from third, Klasko would have to score in the bottom of the 6th to keep the game alive. Solid shot to left field. Lara going back. It's way over his head. All the way back to the fence. The throw to the plate won't be in time. Merkel gets a big double. Knocks in 2. The pinch runner. Hansen scoring all the way from first. And they got their biggest inning, 4. The only inning they didn't score was the 5th. They went out 1, 2, 3. They made up for it here by getting 4 runs. And error helping out. In for a strike. Riley Lerner has walked twice and scored, and he hit a shot right at the right fielder, Ronald Brea, for his 1 put out. But Merkel, got all of that. He ripped that over the head of Emerson Lau, who's a pretty good outfielder. He just turned around and chased it. Foul tip held on to by Desea. So a baker's dozen put up by Reading. They scored 2 touchdowns. They missed the 2 extra points. Strike 3 called. So both outs are strikeouts, but in between, 3 singles and a double, along with the error. Desea wants to talk to his pitcher. Goes to the backstop for a wild pitch. Right at the right field. He hit it well, hit it right at Ronald Brea. But Reading has another big inning. They sent 8 to the plate. 4 of them score. And they've opened up a 12-1 lead over Classical. And unless Classical scores here, this game is going to be over. Emerson Lara up for the second time. He hit it hard, but hit at the first baseman and was thrown out. First baseman to pitcher covering. So it's 1-2-3 for Classical. So hits it to the backstop quickly. It's 2 strikes. Down and away for a ball. Rabovich has only had a hiccup in 1 inning. He gave up a walk and a hit for the run. He gave up a leadoff single in the 5th, but he got out of it with a ground out and back-to-back strikeouts. Hit the second. And again, I'll mention to all you young people at home, Emerson Lara just dove head first into the first base bag. You lose a step by diving. Hi. You know what 4:30 games they moved up to? They moved it up again. Holliston and St. Mary's are both here with the The 2 guys here say they can stay. So they can leave. Oh. Yeah, and they said they can stay. Yeah, I understand. But it's going to start right after this game, and it's going to end right now because Class is going to get mercy rule. Big time play by Coach Regato. I apologize, that was a line shot by Brea to the center fielder. Another nice play by Merkel. Hit back to the pitcher, and he's going to make his 6th play, his third assist, and he had a put out. And what a fitting way for him to end the game, to get the 3rd out himself. And unfortunately for Classical, they got mercy ruled. So we were questioning who was going to get their 14th win. It's Reading by quite a bit. They win it by a score of 12-1. Reading got a run in the first inning, a walk, a stolen base, and 2 passed balls. In the second inning, after a strikeout, another walk, a stolen base, a base hit, got a run, another walk extended the inning, and Vitorici got a big 2-out hit to make it 3-0. In the 3rd, I hit batsman leading off after 2 outs and a stolen base. Merkel got an RBI knocking in a run. He stole 2nd and stole 3rd after Learn had walked. And then another 2-out hit. Gretorix tripled. He knocked in 3. It was 6-0. And then in the 4th, a double and 2 walks loaded the bases. A force out at the plate got them the first out, but then a big 2-out hit, or a big hit, with 1 out by Robinson, knocked in 2, and it was 8-0. Costco got a run. Ronald Brea drew a walk, went to third on Figueroa's base hit, and they pulled a double steal, and Brea scored the one run that Classical got, making it 8. Reading put it away once again. Connolly led with a base hit. Vitorici got a base hit after a strikeout. An error in the infield extended the inning, brought a run home. Robinson got a big single, knocking in a run. Merkel got a big double, knocking in 2. That made it 12-1, and that was the final score. And it'll be Reading that goes to 14-3. St. Mary's goes to 13-4. For Reading, Vitorici had 2 walks, 2 hits, scored 3, and knocked in a run. Chapin got hit by a pitch, walked, scored 2. Clark reached on an error, scored a run. Isaac Robinson had 2 base hits, knocked in 3, scored a run. Merkel had a single, a double, knocked in 3, scored a run. Riley Leonard walked twice, scored twice. Camden Greatorex had a single, a triple, knocked in 3, scored a run. Jack Connolly, the number 9 hitter, had a walk, a double, a single, scored a run. For Classical, Ronald Brea drew a walk and scored a run. Christian Figueroa had 1 of the 2 hits they got. Rocky Brea had a base hit. Those are the only 2 hits. The walk and the 2 singles were the only 2 base hits. Lebovich went 6, gave up 2 base hits, struck out 7, walked a batter, only gave up 3 base runners, and gave up the 1 run. And Reading wins it easily by a score of 12-1. It'll be a happy bus ride back to Reading as they win it 12-1 to go to 14-3. Classical will drop to 13-4 as they lose this interleague battle to the Middlesex Reading Rockets. So 12-1 Reading over Classical. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.